Welcome back, guys, to 25 Feet High Outdoors. So if you noticed here recently, I think maybe there's one or two posts before this, we are getting into doing a little bit of a product reviews, and this is just kind of just stuff that we use and stuff that we've used for a while. A lot of them I have a timestamp, be like a year long, 6 months, 2 years, whatever. This one is a year-long review of the B3 Releases Ranger, and it is a hinge style hunting release. Can be used for competitions, but we're going to get into that here in just a second. I've been using this release for a year, so let's get started with it. Alright guys, so getting back into this, I've had this release for about a year now. I have used other releases similar to it. This is my full-time hunting release. I do have a different brand. I do have the Scott Longhorn that I keep in my quiver or in my backpack as a backup. I swapped to this release for a couple specific reasons. And before we get into this, we are not sponsored by B3 in any way. So this is just honest reviews on some particular products. As of right now, as the date of this filming, we are not sponsored by B3. This is just something me and Zach decided to start doing. But anyway, so a couple things that I chose this release over the Scott, and the Scott is a great release, is this release has a micro adjust in it. Right here in the sear on the head right here on the moon. Some people call it the sear, some people call it the moon. It just depends on who you're talking to. And it has little machine indentions that lock into this Allen head, right? This Allen head screw, so you can back it out and move it just slightly on to that, around that moon, to make it a little bit harder or a little bit faster or a little bit slower going off. I prefer a click. If you can hear this, I prefer a click. Some people don't. This moon has the availability of going from a click to a non-click by just simply taking a little flathead screwdriver, backing out this center bolt right here that runs and holds on the swivel head, the hook and everything. You can just simply pull it out and loosen up your moon screws that adjust the hot or cold of it, and flip it around, and then you have a non-click. They do have other moons that have different speed clicks. I'm not exactly sure which click this is. This is their stock clicks, just whatever comes in all of them. And I tried to find it on this particular items on the website, but it didn't say what type of click it was. But I'm fairly certain that they have additional clicks for it, to where you can get it like a, I don't know what this is, but like one may be like a 8/1000ths click, one may be a 10/1000ths click, so on and so forth. I don't know if that's the specific measurements. But one thing that's really cool about this release is ergonomics. It fits into your hand very well, and that's very important, because it's very important for accuracy. But one reason I like it, it has this additional hook that kind of comes up, and it's just a lot easier for you to be able, when this is dangling on your wrist, to be able to find where you need to be, settle in to the same spot every time and shoot. similar to the Scott, this also has a rubber band attached to it, to where, and I'll have all zoomed in shots on this, and it's got a rubber band that attaches to the hook, so it automatically resets from shot to shot. You don't have to worry about it. Yes, those rubber bands will break, but on this one, the way they held it in by there's an Allen head screw. The way they held it in is so much easier to swap it out than it was to other competitors having to run it around like a T-post or something like that to get the rubber band to function properly. It's got an oversized, compared to most brands, it does have an oversized barrel for you to place your thumb on. It's got a kind of a weirder diamond pattern texture to the thumb barrel, so it does not slip even whenever you're wearing gloves or you're in the rain or whatever. It's really good as far as gripping your thumb. And just to kind of take a second and read just a little bit about what they have on their website about it. So first of all, on B3's website, now I don't know how it sells in stores. This price could be a MSRP, and that people may sell it for a little bit cheaper, or it may sell it for a little bit more. But this is the standard price from B3's website, and it is $159.99. That sounds like a lot, but the quality of this release is awesome. I mean, it's an all leather strap on it. It's a very durable strap. I've been using this thing for a year, and there's actually very little signs of wear on it at all. And it's a back tension release. Features their flex connector buckle strap. So there's a strap. The Ranger allows the hinge style release to be used in all types of bow hunting or competitive archery. Part of our constrictor line, it has the same micro adjust feature as the coupe and a wide track aluminum 3-finger handle. So both the features that I like. It has the adjustable moon and a very good wide track 3-finger system. They also say if you would like a different size strap, so apparently they make a couple different size straps, and if you get this release and it's a little too big, or the strap on it's a little too big or a little too small, apparently they have different size straps to where they say you could call them and they'll take care of getting you a different strap. It says optional moon settings, click or no click, several different click stages available. Their patented flex connector system, infinity length adjustment. So that basically just kind of covers what their standard stuff is for this release. It's really all around a great release. I mean, it's hard to make a video going in too much depth on their product. It's one of those things that you kind of need to shoot and feel. If you go on their website, they have a dealer locator, so if you type in and put in like your zip code or your town, how many miles you're willing to go, they can get it. Or your local archery shop, I'm sure, has the availability to order one if they don't have it in stock. But so one thing I want to go back real quick and talk about the barrel again. This barrel, a lot of release companies out there have their barrel is on a piece of like thin little, like all thread, I guess would be the appropriate term for it, that screws into the barrel, and then you screw it into the release. So what's different about B3 is it's a actual Allen head screw that runs through there, so you don't have, it's a lot harder to round this Allen head screw off than it is that little piece of all thread. Also, the all threads are, in my experience, are pretty notorious for breaking. When I take care of all my equipment, but I use all my equipment. I'm not gonna, if it can't keep up with normal use, I don't want to have it. So I use my equipment like a hunter should. You buy nice equipment, that way you don't have to worry about your equipment breaking on you. But there is one thing about this release that really sets it apart from each other, is right here, apart from others, is right here on the, from the T-handle to the swivel head, it is tapered right here, and I'll kind of zoom in and show a feature on it. It's tapered, and whenever it's like that, I don't know, for me at least, I have solid size hands. I'm a bigger guy. So for me to sit my knuckle in there with it tapered like the inward and that way, I don't know how well you can tell that, it really gives my knuckles more room to kind of sit in there, right there, because I run it through that joint in my fingers. And some people shoot with their hinges up here or handhelds up here, others shoot with it like this. I'm kind of right there in the middle of my hand track, and that little taper makes, it's kind of hard to explain, but makes a awesome difference in being able to get your hand in there and feel it. Then it also has a pretty deep ridge right here for your finger groove. And one thing that kind of sets this release apart from others like it, because there's multiple brands that make a strap that attaches to a hinge, and this strap is more of that like nylon strap, kind of like, it's built just like a ratchet strap, it's just a lot smaller, and so it is a lot more durable than just your typical rope strap that they use, just a little rope piece. And I like it. It's also flat, so whenever it's laying in your hand, or if you grab it and bend it, and it also is more flexible to wherever you're able to move this. So I like this strap a lot better than like a rope attaching the two. Also, it has a set screw to where you can loosen it up, adjust the length of it, and it has a long strap. See, I haven't cut the excess off, because if the reason I don't cut the excess off is, and I think it comes tied in a knot, but I've untied it, adjusted it, and then tied it back. And one thing that's awesome about it, if hypothetically, if you were to rip this strap by this set screw that holds it in, you can loosen it up and run it through, and you should have enough strap to where you can get that set screw on fresh strap. That way you don't have to worry about ripping it, because you can, in this pivot point of this release, if you have the moon set hard enough, now you can't do it straight out the box, so don't do that. It has to be set, I would say, a medium heavy type, and you can draw this release back by just a strap. Now, I don't recommend doing that. You're not going to be very accurate, you're not going to be very consistent, but where the strap connects to the releases in the pivot point, to where you can draw this back by just the strap on with the hook on your D-loop. And another thing, I don't really use this feature, but it's cool to have if you want to. If you see, I typically don't put my release on until I'm in the stand, but I could see where this could come in handy with just like spot and stalk stuff. And it comes with a little, it's like a thick rubber band on the strap itself. So I'm gonna put the release on real quick. It's a buckle release, so you don't have to worry about loud Velcro. And guys, and I can't stress this enough, if you're using Velcro on your hunting releases or pretty much anything, get rid of it. Get rid of Velcro. This is silent. Velcro, there's no way to make Velcro silent. Velcro is like terrible in my opinion for hunting purposes. Velcro has its place in this world. Hunting equipment isn't where its place is. But so going back to this, it has this little rubber strap that goes around, and you can take your release and kind of work it in there. It's kind of harder to do with one hand, but some people put it in there before they put the strap on, and you can kind of just run it back and it'll hold your release on right there away from your hand, so you can use your hands for things, grab your phone or whatever, and you don't have to worry about it just rattling around. Right now that noise you hear is just the head of the release moving, which there's nothing to really restrict it, because if you restricted it then it wouldn't work. But so I can see the point of this, especially if you're spot and stalking, going to be using binos and stuff. Don't want to keep this on to be ready, but also don't want to have to deal with it hitting your hand and stuff, because you just run it through that, or you can make it even deeper, but if you just run it through at that point right there, all you have to do if you're getting ready is just take it and pretty much just hook it on something and pull it out, and then you have it back in your hands ready to go. And that's another good thing about having the rubber band attached to the hook, is you don't have to worry about setting it. That rubber band can break. These rubber bands do break, but everybody, I think everybody knows either whether or not you have kids that have braces, or if you have a friend that has kids that have braces, or if you have braces, or somebody has braces. I'm sure everybody knows somebody with braces that have to have the little rubber bands in their mouth. Yeah, those rubber bands are awesome. So next you get your buddy or whoever has the braces to pick up an extra little bag of those dental rubber bands from their orthodontist or whatever. Work perfect for this. I got a bag of them a while back, and they last. That little bag of just pure rubber bands lasts forever. They're dental rubber bands for the braces, and they break, but they're super easy to replace. And it's not like if it breaks, if that rubber band breaks, it doesn't end your hunt. It just is less convenient, because you have to then make sure your hook is set on the hinge. And that's kind of just what I wanted to make this video on. It's the B3 Ranger is an awesome release. I would highly recommend checking it out. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this review. If you want to see more, comment down below. Please give this a like. Remember to hit that share button, that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more 25 high reviews and videos. We're trying to pump out as much content as possible, whether or not we've reached that milestone by this video or not. So if you're watching this and we hadn't reached 1,000 subscribers, then you can enter into a giveaway. Check out our Instagram for details. All you have to do is screenshot, show us where you subscribe, DM us a proof of subscription. But if you found us after we've reached 1,000 subscribers, we'll make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned. We will do more giveaways in the future. But I hope y'all like this just honest and upfront review of the B3 Ranger wrist strap hunting release. Also, you can take the strap off and just use it without the strap, so that's also a feature. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Always stay tuned for more content, and always remember to live life 25 high.